Excellent quality and outstanding genetics are a result of generations of livestock farming, which provide us with the best raw material. Fresh sheep's milk to make outstanding cheeses. The cheeses are produced in Albarracín, a city that over time has gained an emblematic cultural richness and award-winning heritage as a national monument, a point of reference in Spain's cultural and historical geography. The passing of time has left its trace in this land in generations of shepherds and cheesemakers who've developed a tradition that remains in place with the creation of pure sheep cheese, Sierra de Albarracín. Teruel and Albarracín are the geographical focal points for the creation and production of Sierra de Albarracín cheese. Natural feed, adapted specifically for sheep to produce milk, is produced in our Teruel plant. Feed and feed mixes are developed with strict quality controls of the raw materials used for production, which allows us to provide our animals with a healthy and balanced diet. There are different menus with a combination of 12 to 14 natural ingredients, including soy, wheat, corn, alfalfa, and pulp, amongst others, based on the status and productive period of the animals. Our milk production centre, Lactosol, is located just 30 kilometres from Teruel on our farm Masia El Bao in Santa Eulalia del Campo. 60 hectares of irrigated land allow for cultivation of the best feed for the nearly 2,000 sheep that make up our flock. The quality of milk obtained is the result of a combination of factors that are carefully studied and controlled. Excellent genetics are the result of selecting the best specimens of the Asaf breed for excellent milk production. Use of the most innovative control techniques, like the electronic identification tagging of each mother, which allows us to control production, as well as the handling of our animals by highly qualified personnel. Moreover, we provide the best possible diet adapted to each animal's needs at all times to obtain the best milk production and quality. Furthermore, sanitation and hygiene are distinguishing features of our production processes. We carefully ensure our animals, as well as the final product, the pure sheep milk, comply with the strict sanitary controls. Once the raw material is obtained, it is taken in our refrigerated tank trucks to Albarracín, where it's handled and transformed in our own cheese factory. Our cheese factory combines the latest technical advances with traditional cheese craftsmanship. Our cheese production process begins with receiving the milk at an appropriate temperature. It's stored in our tanks, which are kept at a temperature between 3 and 4 degrees centigrade, thus conserving all of the nutritional properties of the milk. Next, the milk goes to the processing plant through our internal distribution circuit, thus avoiding exposure to possible contaminating elements. It is here, in the processing plant, where we determine which batches are pasteurized and which will be used for producing our speciality, artisan raw milk. This milk is only possible thanks to rigorous controls established from the origin of the product, the nutrition and handling of our own sheep. Once the milk goes through the pasteurization process at 72 degrees centigrade for 30 seconds, or is simply thermized at 32 degrees centigrade in the case of raw milk, it's conducted to the curding vat, which will keep it at 32 degrees centigrade, and where the fermentation agent and rennet are added. Next, we trim the curd pellet to achieve an adequate diameter. Once we've achieved the ideal size, it is shaken and heated to 36 degrees centigrade to harden the curd pellet so it can be separated from the whey with sieves. Once the mass of our cheese is obtained, our cheese craftsmen manually mould it using a cloth, the identifying feature of our cheeses. In order to remove the possible remains of whey that could still be in the mass, the pieces are horizontally pressed. Later the cheeses go to the salting unit one by one, and here they're submerged in brine to acquire the characteristic salt level and taste. After the drying process, all that's left is for the cheeses to mature. The temperature and the passing of time will do the rest. Curing is only interrupted when the pieces are turned over every 3 days in order to achieve consistency. It's a long process with the objective of obtaining an optimum degree of curing in each piece, continuing with rigorous controls to obtain specific varieties which are determined by their curing time, between 4 and 16 months. Packaging and labelling the cheeses is the end of a long journey. The tasting of each manufactured batch by our master cheesemaker is the last and definitive control. It determines the quality of the entire process and differentiates the wide variety of artisan cheeses that make up our catalogue, divided according to maturations, types of milk and formats. This wide variety of tastes is completed with the use, within studied pairings, of naturally occurring products from the region like rosemary and truffle oil. Our range of raw milk is protected under the Callio quality stamp of the Government of Aragon, which distinguishes the best food products from the autonomous region. Coinciding with our 5th anniversary, our quality was internationally recognised in the 2010 World Cheese Awards held in Birmingham, England. We received the first prize in the semi-cured sheep cheese category for our Sierra de Albarracín Gold label. This international recognition has motivated us to continue maintaining our commitment to the highest quality for both national and international markets, including markets as far away as Japan. In an effort to spread our gastronomic culture, at Sierra de Albarracín Cheese, we have the facilities to develop our cultural project by carrying out practical workshops and training sessions, not to mention tastings, cheese pairings, and cream and cheese tastings. The overriding goal at Sierra de Albarracín Cheese is to maintain the traditional flavour and to become renowned. Our legacy of generations of master cheesemakers has maintained the taste of our land to the present day.